Tips for young DJs would be patience, probably. Play the long game, don't rush into anything, and don't feel like you're having to do everything all at once. A bit of a veteran now in this scene, I guess, having touring for kind of nearly 20 years, I would say that patience is the key, you know, and have a kind of, it's not always easy because sometimes people pop off really, really quickly and things happen overnight, it almost seems. But just try and ride that wave consistently rather than too many spikes, because, you know, gradually walking up a hill is a lot more successful than, you know, jumping straight to the top and then falling back down the other side. You know? But they say, don't they, that anything that's an overnight success probably isn't an overnight success. It's been building up to that point, you know. But yeah, you've just got to be patient, which is hard because it feels like, especially with social media and people's attention spans, that everything is so reactive. Of if you don't catch people in 3-4 seconds, they're gone, you know. But yeah, I think overall patience is key with this industry.
I want y'all to think about something for a second. DJing is truly an act from God, right? We take our two hands and our imagination and we shift the vibe in the room. We create energy, and we're also making memories memorable for all the attenders in the party. That's something that should be held sacred. DJing is an act of selflessness. It's not always about how we feel, even though we have preferences, but it's about the people. So understand this: doctors heal the body, therapists heal the mind, but the DJ heals the spirit. And it's not about clout, it's about calling. And when God calls you to help people heal through sound, that's sacred. Don't take for granted. Peace.
Creatives, you should stop making content. In fact, you should stop making art for your peers, that is. They're not your assignment, and they're not your audience. You should make art for the people who love your art.
You ain't ready to put 5 years of grind into anything without making a quarter.
Right.
Don't even start. Sometimes it takes that long to get over the hump. They're not ready.
I think a lot of people go through this thing where if they share information, they're going to lose their business. They're going to lose their edge. Two things are true in this world. One, there's only one you, and nobody can do what you do, even if they try to copy you one for one. It's never the same. And then two, most people that you give information to won't actually take you up on your information. I could tell people right now how to start a business from scratch, all the pitfalls and all the things you should and you shouldn't do. And you know what? 2% will actually take my advice and use it. The rest of them either know better than me or are too lazy to make it happen.
Before it's time to spin, you've got to first cue it up.
I'm probably in your area too. Everybody who owns a laptop, they're a DJ. Everybody who owns a DSL camera, they're a photographer.
And what I'll do is put up blurbs so therefore you can see what I'm thinking about and why I chose that song. You can see the reaction of the kids. So you can kind of like get an idea of how to use it and what to expect.
Why do you want to charge for something that you have the knowledge of and these other DJs don't have the knowledge of? Share your knowledge, you know?
Right.
But DJing's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun too, you know? I'm djmikiemike. I cover central, northeastern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, parts of New Jersey, parts of New York State.
And I'm Dwayne Dixon, the hitmanddub from Cleveland, Ohio. And it's time to cue it up. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cue It Up DJ podcast with me, the hitmanddub, and my friends, djmikiemike and DJ, I don't know what to call you, K-Dog?
Kevin.
LL
K-Dog, whatever you want to call me. Just don't forget to call me for supper.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. I feel the same way, man.
Yep. Kevin from the KJ Chill Room and our chat all-star on our show and the round table show from DJK Productions, my neighbor down in Columbus, Ohio.
Yep. Thanks for the invite.
No problem. Because I know you had used this website, and I thought I would have had it jumped on before today. Things just got busy. So I tried to check it out because, again, I was thinking, we didn't do a show on Thursday. It sounded like a good idea just to have them on and do a show on Sunday. But then it was Wednesday came so quick. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Even this morning, I was trying to figure out what am I going to talk about. And so I was looking through Facebook or Instagram, trying to catch some
ideas.
Off the wall stuff that I can talk about. So I feel like Cody Rhodes right now. So you two, so what do you want to talk about? Yep. So if you have anything in the chat that you want to talk about, again, I don't have a problem changing the title of the show or the thumbnail to fit what we actually talk about, because we had did that 2 or 3 times for some reason. I don't know why we had to change the name.
Well, what I like, me and Kevin mentioned before, prior to coming on, is Rachel Lynch's video. She had a DJ in New Jersey, and God bless her, this load in and load out was terrible. I mean, Kevin, you want to go further on it, bud?
It was far enough away that she didn't want to drive down. It was going to be an inconvenience, and I am at I don't know exactly how many miles or hours that was going to be. So I understood that she did do a sort of a phone walkthrough, I think, with the bride to be, or was it the mother? I can't remember. And so I think she was probably trying to hit the highlights of what all she was going to encounter. She just must have missed a few of the things. I guess in hindsight, if she's as booked as I figure she is, maybe this one was one she should have just said, I'm going to pass on that. It's a little bit out of my area. I don't really want to risk, going farther out in an uncomfortable area that I've never been to, a building I've never been to. So maybe that might have been the first thing, is it might have been one that maybe to pass on.
I know she did a walkthrough, and I know she did ask the bride to see the load in and load out area when they showed it. If I was her, I would have said, maybe we could talk to the front door instead of coming through this area. I had something to do basically the same. It was up in the Poconos, and it was basically a truck load in and load out. There's no way you could do it with a vehicle, like with a van or an SUV. Again, you had steps you had to walk up, and you had to walk the whole length of it was Pocono Manor. And so I talked to the front desk lady. I said, is there any possible way? She goes, well, we don't allow vendors to come through the front door, but there is another loading dock, and it's right at your area, right where you're DJ. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Instead of making me go all the way down, see this loading dock, and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to walk another 3/4 mile back through the venue to get to where I have to be. But I mean, I felt so bad for her, because at the end of the video, she was explaining everything that she went through. The venue was beautiful. The night was great, but then the end of the night, they threw all bleach on the ground where she was at, and then she has to put her bags down, and her bags would be absorbing that bleach, and that would just ruin her bags,
What,
I mean,
I was going to say, was this a new video? Oh, because I was looking for something that said that, but it must have been a different title that incorporated that had that in there.
Yeah, it was on you. I don't know if it was just on Facebook. She had it.
Yeah, I was scrolling on Facebook and I
Oh.
come across it there. It was just today. So, but like I said, she, it was a unfortunate situation. She had a good experience as far as when she was doing her thing. It was the in and out part that was the problem. The people were nice enough, the venue was nice, and she even was told by other people that some of them didn't like it, and some of them thought, there's worse. So it's one of those things where, at the end of the night, also, I guess they turned the lights off on her.
Yeah.
I always wear a head cap, a headlamp. I recharge, and I have multiples in the car. I have a lantern hanging in the vehicle. So I come prepared. I expect the worst and hope for the best. That's my motto.
Is it this one? Can you all see it?
See what?
She looked like she has like a dark blue or purplish blouse.
Yeah, that's it.
She's eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was eating and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Jersey venue update is as bad as I thought it would be.
Starts with a V something. I don't remember what the name was. But
that's the video.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I gotta check.
But yeah, that was this situation. I don't know. The bleach might have been something they had dumped out after they had done their cleaning. She said the floor was slimy, which I used to deliver ice cream to grocery stores and also to some restaurants. And I was bringing those big 3-gallon, 5-gallon, whatever they were, round tubs in. And the floors always were slimy feeling. So it's one of those things where it's sort of the nature of the beast. I guess I thought with her time in the industry that she would have encountered a lot of this and known, have contingencies, have a headlamp, kind of things. So I was sort of surprised, when she was sort of, surprised by these things.
When you see the venue, it looks beautiful. And then I that same place up in the Poconos, they shut everything up on me too. And I was like, wait, what do I do? I can't see. So I rushed back. Thank God my vehicle is only maybe 75 feet away, but it's a dual LED flat light. So it's like you could reposition in different ways. So I brought that with me. I had another big LED flashlight. I brought that with me. At least I was able to see. But, go to a place like the place I was at, and even the place she was at, you'll look at the venue and it's like, wow, this is gorgeous. Anymore, what I learned from that experience is I go to the venue's website, check it out there, and I try to see, who their vendors are, the DJs that are on their priority list, you want to call it, and try contacting them, either, email, text message, whatever. Say, hey, how's the load in and load out? And 9 times out of 10, the DJs will tell you, yeah, it's a killer or it's an easy one. So I always try to reach out to a venue, a vendor that was there. It could be a photographer, it could be a DJ, whoever. All vendors have to go in and out the same area. They're not, just because you're the photographer and you only have your bag with you, guess what? You still got to come up the steps and you still got to go the same way as the other vendors. So 9 times out of 10, that vendor is going to tell you, yeah, it's an easy load in. Or, hey, man, it's terrible. Bring somebody with you. Bring 2 people. Bring 3 people with you. Because, you looked at the steps and then you looked at that flat and then she had to go through it sounded like a kitchen area because she said there was like raw meat and stuff like that. I'm like, that doesn't bother me, but still a female seeing that, it may bother her. It's just unfortunate that she got stuck in that predicament. It's like I always say, some of these venues make everything look so beautiful, and it does look beautiful. But what you don't see behind the scenes, that's when everything starts to fall apart. And then you get a DJ, especially with Rachel's integrity and popularity. guess what? Now she's not intentionally hurting this venue, but she's putting the word out to other DJs and other vendors saying, listen, if you're going to go there, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So it's a good thing that what she's doing.
The other thing she could have done, and I'm sure she has them, is she could have used the uplights and use that to shine the area so she could go ahead and get everything packed, or she can even use it as a flashlight to make sure she got everything around the room. I mean, if she didn't bring a headlamp or something else. So,
you get stuck in that predicament. All of a sudden, you're just thinking, I want out. That's it. I want to get out of here. Get me out of here. That Pocono Manor that I DJ'd at, it was supposed to be haunted. And again, I'm the only one in the venue. They had hardwood floors. And I'm packing up my stuff, because I had my light there, and also I hear like little shoes running across the hardwood floor. Boom, I grabbed my light. I'm like, yo, who's out there? Nothing. And then also you hear the shoes running, and then there's 4 steps, then there's a flat, and then 2 steps. And you can hear the shoes actually running and going further away from me. I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I packed up everything. I flew out like greased lightning,
Yep. Because it got me to thinking, because I was going to go down to the venue in Mansfield. I don't know why I thought it was only like an hour and some change away from me, but that's almost like 90 minutes or more. I'm like, shoot, I'm not going down there. So I just
that's why I did that suggestion to you. It's like, if you want me to, I'll pop out there and I'll walk you through, since I've been there. Okay. Actually, I'm scheduled maybe later this fall to possibly, it's either that event or another one I'm doing there. So if you want to do that, just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that. I thought I was just going to go down there, zip down there, almost like going to Akron. Zip down there.
No, it's not Akron.
I don't know why I thought it was closer. Is it deeper in Mansfield than when I went to do, I think it was the fair that I did in Mansfield.
Well, to go to, actually, it's not that far away. You're actually right there in the same area.
Okay.
The fair is actually right off of that Route 30 that you jumped off of. Right. Instead of going north, if you turn south, right there at that same exit, it's that same Trimble, you would have been right there at the Kingwood. You just would have turned south. So it's basically, you're right there. Instead of going north, you go south and you'd be right there. So,
right. I don't know why I just
travel
thought,
from
I guess,
home. Yeah.
I guess you
I
had
don't know. I don't know how you went. Yeah, I don't know how you went to Shelby. I mean, it could have been a little less, and I don't know exactly how it took you there, because Shelby is technically north of Mansfield. So that one might have been a little less.
Yeah. So probably because you had gave me a whole bunch of gigs to go down there, so I got used to driving that long distance. You get used to the drive. And speeding.
It's the drive out. Yes. The drive out seems like forever, and the drive back is like, oh, it's so much quicker. So, yeah.
So let's
I guess that's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just wondered if, like, part of the topic is what's the furthest you would go for a site inspection. I mean, what I do is a lot like what Mike said. I will go and first, when I get, and usually I try to get as much as I can before I even quote them a price. So I want to know what I'm getting myself into before I give them a number, so that I don't feel like I'm shortchanging myself. So I will do a Google map view overhead. I will then go to their, type in as a search, and then I look at the pictures that maybe they posted, another guest posted, and look at all them. Then I would go to their site, look at the pictures they have, because they're only going to show the best. The ones that are the other people's, they might show you the behind the scenes that, might clue you in as like, oh, this looks like maybe a problem. I better ask some questions, let me find out more before I quote you a price, because if I have to do stairs, or if, there's no elevator or whatever, I'm going to adjust that, or if it's the ceremony's got no electric, I have to bring extra gear. Then there's an adjustment for the ceremony. So if I can, I try to get as much as I can information before I throw a number out. I know some people, they just have a number, and then it's like, well, that number's great if everything's ideal. But under the worst case scenarios, then you feel like you're sort of shortchanging yourself.
So I haven't got there yet, since I went to my new prices. So I'm so happy when they go to my new prices. It's like it almost, when you think about it, it balances itself out and bring me back down to my lower prices, like all that extra work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the extra work, and then you feel like you're offsetting it so much. It's like, well, so it's one of the things I do as much as I can. If it's booked by someone else, if I'm assigned it, then I go ahead and try to get as much information. Like I went up to the lake two weekends ago, and I knew where I was going. I looked out the venue. I saw what the difference time was between their ceremony location, which was at the beach house, and decided there was enough of a gap that my friend thought I could, just do the ceremony, drop down, set up for the reception, good to go. Well, of course, nothing's ever on time, and I expect the worst. So I got up there and got everything set up by 1:30 1:30, and they didn't start their ceremony till 3. So I only was 11 minutes out, so I moved up there, got started, got set up. Bride's late, of course, so we're behind. Then I'm jammed in with all the cars between me and getting access back out to the road to move down to the reception, which they didn't have it starting immediately. They had it starting at 6, 5:45. So it was only going to be an hour for ceremony. So even though it was a little late and they were in my way, so I had to move cars, I still was already set up. I didn't have to sweat it. So I always try to get as much information so I know what I need to do when I need to do it.
yeah. 'Cause that's what I have to do when I do my, like, especially with the Quilting Guild or a church events like that, where you have a lot of old people, trying to make sure I'm there early enough, because it's not so much going upstairs. It's so much waiting for people to move super, super slow. Or when you bring your stuff in, I try to be neat, because it's easier for me to just take everything off the cart and just put it, spread everything out. But it's also trying to be neat so people can still have a way to walk and not, be in their way.
Well, doesn't your church have a service elevator for people that are handicapped?
They have one of those chairs.
Okay. See, the church me and my wife belong to, well, the church we belong to now, it's only, the first floor as soon as you walk in. But we did belong to St. Nick's, and they actually had like an elevator if you were in a wheelchair, if you had to walk or whatever. So what was nice, you could put stuff on there, boom, hit the button, you go up, you walk upstairs, or open up the door, and all your stuff is right there for you, And even the one
But see,
Not like-
I'm impatient, because our chair, I don't know how fast your chair is. I was like, by the time that chair goes zzz up the stairs, I was like, I could have just walked up there and been done.
this elevator, it runs pretty quick. I mean, I was like, it actually beats me up the steps, or it beats me down the steps. By the time I get down there, it's down there already. I'm like, this is great. Especially the one venue, they just put their elevator in, and I have DJ there hundreds of times, and it was 4 flights of steps that you had to go up. I mean, it wasn't terrible because the steps are nice and wide, but the idea, especially if they want your subs and they want these lights and they want these lights, it's like, oh Lord, now you're making trip after trip after trip after trip. Now you got the elevator. It might be 3 loads, but you do the 1 load, and the elevator is right there. You open up the door, you're right where you have to set up as you just bring it in, back out to the elevator. Boom, I put my 2 carts on it, unload them, throw them back on the elevator, go right down with the elevator. My son and my nephew go down the steps. I beat them down there. So I'm like, I'm happy. I don't have to kill myself going up and down the steps no more.
I don't know. I'd like to know, or maybe if this gets, viewed by a lot of people, if they want to put it in the comments. I've seen these items. I don't know how well they would work or not, but I've seen the items that are carts that are built to handle steps. They got like wheels, and they rotate, and you can go up steps. If anybody out there has experienced those in our realm, or just dealing with bulky things like we do, and do they work well? Do they not work well? I'd be interested to know.
Well, I could expand on that a little bit because my mom was just in the hospital like a little over a month ago. two ladies were ambulance drivers, and I'm thinking, how are they going to handle her in a gurney? Coming up, getting a gurney up on the steps without dropping her. Well, the house thing you hear, bzz, 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 and then the gurney comes out, and then it drops down. Then the lady hit a button, and up it went. It came to the curb, and the ones that had it was like a mini tank. It had tracks on it, so that took her up over the curb. They said, "Okay, Kathy, we're going to sit you up," and here, it took her right up the steps. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I said, man, I could use that for DJ. And you figure if it was a little bit wider and the sides were higher on it, you could put everything on there, like your subs, your speakers on it. It can go right up the steps, no problem. I mean, this was amazing. I was like, wow, unreal.
Can you all see this? I know, Kevin, can you see? Are you watching YouTube?
I'm watching. Yeah, I got my phone open, so I'm just looking at myself, and I'm not moving very much. This is the item I'm talking about. Sounds like something Buddy would have. All right, let me.
Because I just looked at. I just pulled something up on Amazon. Was
make it bigger. Oh, I got to turn it sideways. I got the little picture so I can read the comments. No, it's not quite like that. That's an old lady's grocery cart. No,
those $67 ones are junk.
Yeah, no, this is more like a, I don't know, like a dolly cart.
Yeah,
but it's got rotating wheels, and it sort of climbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are like $200 and some dollars. The ones that.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, but if you could use it for everything else, then. Oh yeah, I see one that's yellow, back support area. And it's like, do these work? How much, it says 1,000 pounds. Well, I don't think I'm moving 1,000 pounds of stuff, but that might be something to invest in, especially if you have the vehicle that can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't so much at this moment. But I could see the Bud Man, having this as a tool in his toolbox, so to speak.
I went down to Lancaster for a gig 2 weeks ago, and I was going to rent a van from U-Haul, which I went down to Harrisburg last year or the year before with the U-Haul van, and it cost me like $180 down and back. That included the gas, the mileage, plus gas putting in the vehicle. Now, going to Lancaster and back this year, $410. I'm like, nope, Mikey, we're using your vehicle, buddy. So my son's like, okay, Dad, no problem. So I'll put gas in for you, and I'll give you some extra money for driving, which he was happy for. But the price for U-Haul has climbed. I mean, it went out of the roof.
Yeah, because of gas prices and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
And they've come down a little bit, but
they're going to go back up because price per barrel I think is close to 100 or just a little over $100 now. They said. I'm like,
yep. So let's get. Oh, well, actually, I feel like since I got this wrestling shirt on, that this was like a wrestling show. You know how they before the bell rings and they officially start wrestling, they start fighting before. So we jumped into our topic before we did our normal introduction. So for those, I'd like to welcome everyone here. I see Cool Thing was here at 8:30. He was here waiting. It's almost like going to was it the Black Friday sale at Best Buy or something.
He's an early bird, the early bird dinner, having it at 3 in the afternoon.
Like the way we used to do. Yep, like the way we used to do in the 80s. I know I did it a few times when Janet Jackson was coming to Cleveland, waiting outside the Richfield Coliseum to get tickets, and the line would go all around the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad if I was the one. As soon as I got to the ticket window, it said sold out. I'll be so mad to stand out there. But Cool Thing was here. He said he had left a message for you, Mike. He says It's official. My 2 cousins have graduated high school today. All that's left is to DJ the graduation party this Sunday. And he said he'll be using the SoundSwitch dongle that you gave him.
Awesome. I had the dongle here, and then when he told me his broke on him, I'm like, I have SoundSwitch 1. I didn't use it yet, but I have it. I'm gonna get everything together and start using it. But I'm like, why am I gonna use the SoundSwitch? Why am I gonna use the dongle? His broke. And I didn't want to sell it to him. I just gave it to him. I know he can use it. I know he enjoys it. And but I told him, before I send it to you, I want to get your mom and dad's permission that I could send it to you. And then when I sent it out through UPS to them, they gave me the tracking number so I can make sure it got to his house. And when it got to his house, I was like, oh, thank God he got it, and he was so happy with it. And I'm so happy he's using it and it's getting great use, so way to go, cool thing.
And talking about DMX and lighting, I know Kevin was on oh yeah, both of you all were on James' show last night.
Yes.
I was using it to find you.
Okay, because I was like, he read your comment. He was like, I don't know what you were talking about in that, because I kind of like tuned. I had him on in the background, attention. And then I heard my name. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, and then I remembered that you did text me. Yeah.
I needed to know in short order. He doesn't like to leave anybody hanging, so that's why he's like, can you, I was like, I'll reach out as much as I can, and so I figured he's here. I'll just hello.
But what do you think about Maestro?
I like the idea. I didn't actually fully watch everything. I just got busy with some other things. I don't like, unless they've moved the price, it's I think right around $1,000.
It's about $800, and then you can get it for $700 if you use James King's code. Get $100 off.
Okay. I like the idea because right now I'm not really using any of that stuff. But again, my market, I can't buy and get the most grandiose stuff. And if I do, I got to do it financed over time. Like right now, for everybody out there, although don't buy them all because I might get one. Rockville's doing 10% off everything this month.
Ooh.
I tell you, I got the Rockville Saber lights.
So
I used them for 3 shows, and 2 of the shows were 4 hours. The other one was 3.5 hours. I'm at 97%. I'm like, I can't believe these things. They don't want to die.
So I do like the idea of being sort of effortless. If I can do effortless, I'm up for it. It's just the price point I look at it if the dollar amount for the item is so much that it's either eating up my total pay for that event or so much for it that I feel like I'm only doing it because I want to buy this widget, this gadget, this thing. So if I can long-term finance it like I do a lot of these through Synchrony, they offer a lot of the different companies 48 months. So your payments are $20, $50. That's nothing, And if I feel a little wealthy, I'll throw more or just pay it off early. So that's sort of my hold up. I know SoundSwitch and Wolf Mix and those are the other ones. I was looking at actually one because it's the most inexpensive I could find, and I think Matt might have mentioned it. Freestyler.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
I thought it was Matt. It's a one that's basically free. All you're really buying is just the DMX thing that comes out of your computer and then starts the chain of hooking everything up. Okay. It's a free program. So I was sort of looking at that. I'd still have to buy the little thing. The other one I just saw is someone had a djmikiemike DMX Go for like $120 on Facebook. that they were selling that I guess is normally like $250. So I was sort of doing a quick look on what that all entailed.
Oh, so you just
But
need
that-
a wireless dongle.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I use the Freestyler, that I think, well, I like to let AI sort of give me ideas,
Mhm.
and then I'll reach into or dig deeper, and then also I'll do it myself. But that was the one that it told me about. There's also 2 other programs, I can't remember them right offhand.
Like Show
I'd have
Express
to
is
look
the
on my
other
phone.
one. That's what I had started with.
Okay. Yeah. So those are what I was sort of looking at, but I haven't pulled the trigger on any of that yet. It's sort of in the works. I have a list of things I would like to get. That is at some point, yes. I do have some moving heads, maybe some nicer ones, some type of a van, sort of to put everything in and not have to, have to make a list, check it twice, naughty and nice kind of, I just have everything extra. So I sort of, the redundancy would just be already in the van, instead of having to make sure I got to bring a second one of these, or usually I got 2 mixers because one's for ceremony, one's for reception. So if one goes down, you just switch them, you're fine. So, but
Yeah, but
that's,
because I know he was saying the rep on the show was saying that they have a 6-month financing on it, so you can.
oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
missed that.
100 and something.
Oh, a month. Well, I know a lot of times if you can do PayPal, they have like 6 months after it's above. I think it's like 150 and no finance charge for 6 months. So I run the credit card game as much as I can, So, but yeah, I'm interested in that. I just haven't really pulled the trigger beyond the limited, lights I got. Because there's one light that I would really like to use more often, but my friend calls it the blinder because it's got pixels or it's got LEDs. I don't know if you've seen it, Dwayne, but the center strip is all white. And I don't like the white. It bleaches out or it overwhelms all the colors when they're on the pixels above and below. So I would just like to be able to just go into DMX and just say, nope, I don't want any of those white. And,
I wonder,
and the light would work great.
because I was going to say, is it similar to the one that I have like on the sides of my columns, where it has a whole bunch of different lights on the side, and then in the middle is the white circle ones going down?
Mine was made by, what is it, OPPSK? Is that what yours was?
Yeah.
But these are like teeny tiny little ones all along there. There's like, I don't know, 200, 400 some odd, and they're each one on there. I think there's like, if you go across, well, if you're looking at it this way, long ways, I think up and down there's like there's like either two, and the middle one is the white ones. So there might be like 5. It's either 5 or probably 7. And it's all the way along that amount. I like the light. It throws out a lot of light.
Yeah.
But the white is just it's a little much. It's a big light. I use it at the school. But I do have to aim it up. It's unfortunate, but I do like it. And if I could DMX that white out of that, I would be a happy guy. Especially if I'm in a bigger room. I do have a smaller voice light that I'll put on my T-bar. And if I'm right there at the dance floor, it's fine. It works fine for creating a voice light to the beat of the music. So that's what basically I'm using at the moment, as far as I'm using it basically set on sound.
Yeah, because I stayed and watched the third part of the King's Court with James mixing and stuff, and initially when Maestro came out, I was interested in it, but then when it had the Kickstarter program starting, and it sold out, but at that price, I was like, I wasn't feeling it. To me, it's almost like being sound active, having the light sound active, because even though you're running sound through the box, it's just picking up the waveforms, the transits from the waves, and it's reacting. And It's not instantaneously like with
It's going to be a half
SoundSwitch.
beat behind or something. Yeah.
Right, because it has to listen
Yeah.
to it and analyze. So that split second, you can see the difference. And
Yes.
to me, watching James' demo of it,
You could see it.
now you can see it. The way it functioned, it doesn't function like the way the company does it on, when they're trying to sell it, where it looks like everything is moving, it's right spot on. So I don't know if they went in, they did their little magic to make sure it worked, perfect. And I was looking to see how well does it work for just the common DJ person.
The average man. Yeah.
Right. And I saw it and it didn't hit like the way I thought. I know Matt might like it because for EDM, a lot of those programs, it's EDM heavy. So if it has that hard boom, 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 everything works well. But if it doesn't, it's like it just
It just sort of, it almost goes into standby mode. And
yeah.
It's like, okay, a little bit. Oh, okay, a little bit more. And it's it doesn't have enough volume to sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think my problem right now with the sounds tied to your computer, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
And they're tied into using Serato and Virtual DJ and I don't know, maybe the other ones that are built in.
Not
Is it record box?
necessarily. They have a sound active thing too.
Because see, I'm still using Mix as my primary. So Mix is not, considered a program. It works perfectly fine for me and what I do.
You're not a real
it's
DJ.
Not really. Yeah, I know. I pretend I play one on TV.
I use the remote.
Yeah. And I'll change it up. What I'll do is I'll have enough lights out there that I'll turn one bank on, and then for one song maybe change the other one. I know the old school you actually had to do that for a reason. A lot of people don't know that. It's like, why you got so many lights? Well, you can't have them all on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They get hot. You have to turn them off. There's a duty cycle. A lot of people don't know what that is, but you have to turn them off when they're the old halogen ones and switch to another bank and then switch again. And so let them time to cool down.
I remember in the late 70s, early 80s, I used to work with my buddy. He was in a band, and they had this was their control board for their lights. They were on and off switches. That was it. Row 1, row 2, row 3, and then you hit 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then you'd hit 2, 4, 6, 8. So then the next, you'd wait 15 minutes, you'd cycle those lights out, you shut them off and turn the other ones on. So it was like it had continuous lights on the band, but there was no DMX. There was no nothing. It was just on off, on off. That was it. A piece of plywood that was spray painted and it had Archangel on it. That was their DMX then.
Yeah.
Yep. But I misspoke. SoundSwitch doesn't have let me show it. It doesn't have it doesn't list. It's not sound active. What I would say.
Okay.
Even though you can, there's certain lights. You can go in there under static looks and then program lights. Certain lights have certain you can activate the sound active mode with them through DMX.
Oh,
but,
within the program. Okay.
Right, but with SoundSwitch, you can tap the beat of the song. So that's how you can get away with that.
Gotcha.
But
So
yeah, for the price tag, it's like, nah, I'll stay with SoundSwitch. Especially since I spent all that time trying to learn to program it. So,
Learn it. Yeah.
Lights make a part of our show today. I mean, they were always a part of DJing, but now I think they're even a bigger part of DJing because if the couple wants a club effect, basically all our lights could do a club effect, or they want a wash effect, we could do a wash effect with the same light. You didn't have to worry about bringing these lights or these lights. You could bring your Chavez FX2s. You have them as wash. You can have them as a club clubbing mix, like, you know, the lights are just boom, 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 boom. Same thing with the Rockville wedges. You could have them fade in and fade out. I could go to strobe or music mode. So I mean, the lights have become more versatile, but people want them, and it's nice. The big name brands, don't get me wrong, you know, they say you get what you pay for. Yes, you do. And if you're buying the Amazon cheap lights, as opposed to just Rockville or Both Lighting Direct or Both Lighting USA, I think they are professional lights, Rockville and Both Lighting. Or then you could go to your Asteras and the A-Plabs. I mean, you're talking a lot of money. And to recover that, you have to have a lot of weddings set up for that. There are a lot of gigs set up for that year. I mean, it's hard. I mean, if you're a younger guy and you're going into the DJ business and say, okay, I'm going to go to the bank and get a loan. What do you need a loan for? Well, I'm going to get 10 uplights, 8 labs in. How much you need there? $4,000. Like, for 10 lights? You know, like, yeah. You know, you want Asteras and you're going to get I don't know how much Buddy paid for his Asteras. Was it like 8,000 or something like that? I mean, you're going to get 2 sets of them now, 16,000 plus your 4,000 for the other lights. You're at 20,000 now. You only have lights going. Now, where's your subs? Where's your mixer, your controller, your microphones? I mean, you're talking $50,000, $60,000 to start a DJ business if you're going to go the expensive route, you know?
Yep, that's what we was talking about when we was talking about micro weddings and all that.
Yes. Yes. They're still floating around here on Facebook. People are still looking for them at the micro price. And
yeah, my version of a micro wedding was just the fact that when we were coming out of COVID, they were limited to 50 people. So it was like, that was why I came up with it. Is like, you know, that's the limit, you know, and that's how much. So, and some of them I think were doing, the micro was like ceremony and reception for this amount of time, and that was it.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, back then you could have told a couple $3,000. They'd be like, okay, we'll take you. But the reason being was the DJs that were out there were booked already, or they weren't sure if they were booked. They might be. So they were, you know, this couple called me. They said they want me, but they didn't give me the deposit yet. So now if I book you and this couple calls me back and says, hey, the check's in the mail, what do you do then? So you could have told them a price of $3,000, $4,000. We'll take you. Now they want that same wedding. They want to pay you $500, $600 for it. It's like, no, sorry, it doesn't work that way. It takes hours to do. I don't care if you have a 50 guest there or 500 guests. It takes time to build everything. You know, you have your meetings, you have all this other stuff, but they have it in their mind, since we're having a small wedding or micro wedding, it's a micro price. I told the one couple, did the venue give you a micro price on their end? Well, no, we had to pay the right amount for the food. I'm like, oh, same thing here. You got to pay us the right amount too, you know? The photographer ain't giving you a micro price. The only one they want a micro price off is the DJ. And he's the one who makes the night for them, you know?
They get a micro price, and they do that, and part of what they get is, and I think part of it that now, this, just because of the economy, a lot of people I've noticed are getting smaller head counts. So that's their way of getting the micro, because they don't have to pay the per plate cost of 100 people versus 50 or 75 or 200, you know. So they're economizing with the amount of people at their event. Now, yes, the venue doesn't really care. They don't have that as their price breakdown. All they have is a in season and sort of an out of season. And then maybe a Friday versus a Sunday versus a, you know, you get it for the whole weekend kind of thing. But so that's one of the things that are different. Photographer still has to do the same pictures, you know, so.
Yeah, but
that was me.
I was going to say, Kevin, this is the lights that I was talking about. It's like a long black bar They have the big,
All right.
huge white lights in the middle, and then these little dots on the side, and then
Did you put it on the?
yeah,
hasn't
it's
come
on
up yet.
YouTube, so you probably get it. Hopefully, you don't
yeah.
have a long lag.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lag. Okay. Let me see here. Let me turn this sideways.
Sorry, it's blurry. Cause I think he was asking me. Somebody was asking me how did I connect it to my speakers, and I was pointing to the magnets on the side.
Yeah, mine don't have the big ones. Mine's got all the teeny tiny little ones.
Okay.
So where you got
have
the
them
big ones,
when
I don't
they're
have.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy with the light, the performance, and everything. It's just the white is just too much, and even going in and just changing the menu and taking it out, it's like it won't remember that. So I can't keep it in the memory of like, making the whites like 10% or 20%, because as soon as I then switch it back to sound, it goes back as like, it doesn't hold that setting, I guess, for sound. Sound, it's like, you can't control me. So I assume I need to DMX it. So that's one of the biggest ones I would like DMX for. So yeah, I've mildly looked into sound or SoundSwitch and those, but I haven't pulled the trigger on anything with the lighting.
So let me get back to the chat, because it's like I started, then we stopped, because I see some people has slid in since we started. And this is a free-for-all. So I know some people are going to come in, and because they're so used to us getting off topic. We're really, it's one of those things where this is like, what is happening this week, or what did we notice this week?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any idea what I'm going to talk about, so I had to come up with something. Since we're working on, it's almost like a football team had a a Sunday
off week.
Yeah, a Sunday game, and then they have to turn around Thursday and have a football game.
Yep.
So
I already week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Already called out cool thing, and then we have at Crash Weddings. I'd like to welcome him to the show, or welcome them to the show, and then welcome them to Facebook. I see they just joined Facebook, maybe today or yesterday.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, it's this person right here. Let me see. Kill this one. Go down with this one. Boom. It's this person. So I like to welcome him to YouTube. Make it big. Yep, they joined a few days ago. What is it? Monday. Monday was the first.
I'll tell you, there's a bunch of DJs starting to pop up in our area. And it's like, who are these people? One's a sister and brother team. Never heard of them before.
We're inspiring them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, they just graduated high school, I think, last year. I'm like, oh, okay, hey. I mean, it's, some people call it a side hustle. It's not a side hustle, believe me. It's, especially if if you're just getting your feet wet and you're doing bars and graduation parties, that's one thing. But once you start getting into the weddings, anniversary parties that they want you to announce the people that are left from their wedding party, they have, like, actually do a formal introduction of the wedding party again. It's a lot of work that people don't realize that you got to do. You can't just push it up to the side and say, yeah, okay, we'll get it done. And then you're sitting there the day of the wedding going, oh boy, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. It takes time to get all that stuff done.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I started trying to do weddings, DJ a wedding. Because I'm like, our DJ for our wedding, he got off easy. He didn't have to do anything but just play the music. I didn't know you had to sit there and do a timeline and all that stuff. I thought everybody had a wedding coordinator or somebody, or wedding planner.
Yeah.
I just thought the DJ just got the list, and he was like, okay, this happens at this time, and that was it. Because even our DJ didn't have to do introductions. Our wedding coordinator did it. She did everything. I'm like, this guy got off easy.
Well, Dwayne, what year were you married in, Dwayne?
2004.
Okay, so you were married 9 years after me and my wife. Did you have like a reception line when people are coming into the
Receiving line?
venue?
Receiving
that-
line.
Receiving line, yeah, there you go.
He's trying to remember, and
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I remember, and it was strange. This is how bad Cleveland's weather is. It was sunny during the day, so we got all our pictures and stuff done. But when we left the reception, it was snowing. That's how crazy the weather was on that day. But I don't remember that. I just remember us taking pictures, and when we finally got to the reception hall, people was already there. I just remember coming in, lining up, and then doing the grand entrance, and then sitting at the top, where the head table was, and then doing the dinners, and then I remember the toast. I remember our first dance. I don't remember the song, but I remember we did a first dance. We didn't. Her parents was deceased, and then mine didn't want to dance, so that was cool. So we didn't do the parent, and us dance, and then I think we might have had a choreographed type of dance, or like the bridal party kind of dance.
bridal party.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we did a jump the broom thing, and we left before the guests left. So we had, I guess you could say, we had a grand
Early
exit.
send off.
Yeah. And so
Early
they were
send-off.
still there. And
Sparkles?
we were heading out to Akron to our hotel and stuff.
And when we got married, they had the receiving line. The bridal party had to be there 45 minutes before the reception started. And of course, there's people already coming, but the venues at that time did not allow anybody in the venue. They kept them down in the vestibule. And then we were in there. They said, okay, we're going to open up the doors in 5 minutes. Everybody please get in line. Bride and groom first, maid or matron of honor, best man, and then down the line, how you walked in. No, how you're going to walk in for introductions. That's how you just line up here. Once they start letting the guests in, all the guests would come up, greet the bride and groom, shake the bride and groom's hand, and go right down the line. Now, honestly, very rarely do you see that anymore. It's a tradition that has faded away,
Mm-hmm. I just noticed when the bridal party gets there, I just know we have a big grand entrance, and a lot of them want the hype kind of multi-song kind of thing for each person. But then, just like what we were talking about Tuesday on the round table, they do spend time going to each of the tables, or they'll do when they dismiss tables for the buffet line. That table will come up, and I guess they take individual pictures with them. But then also, I like to do like the either the group dance or an anniversary dance to have everybody on the floor, and then while everybody's on the floor, take that big, huge group picture as well.
Yes. I have a wedding Saturday, and it's a very short wedding. It starts at 4:30. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. It's not 4:35. Let me flip this over. It starts at 4:05. The bridal party gets announced, and the wedding's over at 7:30. 31 songs to play. The bride has everything right down from song A through song Z. I know there's only 26 letters in the alphabet, so we got 5 extra letters here. And I told her some of them have very long outros and some have very long intros. And she goes, Mike, we love the outros, we love the intros. I said, okay, no problem. I said, so you want me to play the whole outro? Yeah. I said, she was just fade them in and out, that's all. And she goes, can you please play them in the order that they were there? I said, I'll do anything you want. Anything you want. It's a non-alcoholic wedding. So sometimes they can be a lot of fun. As I did one, they were doing to the left, right? Well, I'm going to my right, which would be their left. They're going the opposite way. I'm like, wait a second. And I stop. I'm like, guys, you're supposed to be going the same way I'm going. Just think of the opposite. Yeah, it's like a mirror effect. You have to go the same way I'm going. That's your left. Oh, we never thought of that, Mike. I'm like, and you guys are sober, you know? It was funny, but this wedding on Saturday is going to be, I mean, a 4-hour wedding. Well, I mean, and then an hour for cocktail hour, an hour for dinner. So basically, it's not even 2 hours of dancing, really, because you figure by the time you do the introductions and everything, you're like if you have about an hour of dancing, if that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, easy money.
Yeah, that's almost
Just like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, that's almost like the one that I'm doing in a couple of weeks in Mansfield. They had so far he sent me a playlist, must play playlist. Then he has a third one that's with a bunch of songs on there that he would like to hear throughout the night. And then there's one more that'll be coming in. So I'm almost gonna be like playing their songs. So hopefully they, since they picked it, those songs will work. But again, I'm gonna like over plan just in case I have to bail out. Just make sure I hit those must play songs, and then hit the ones that I know is gonna work. Just
Well,
to be prepared.
Didn't you say he wanted a sample of you mixing, transitioning between? So it's like, if this isn't working, I'm transitioning to something I'm going to try, and then I'll go back to yours. And if it works, I'll play it out. If it doesn't, transition out of your song,
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but it's I would say it's just like what I said before. Good dance songs or good dance floor songs, they all have the same kind of DNA. They all have that same kind of characteristics and stuff. So the songs he have there, even though I never heard of a lot of them, or they're like, because it's a different language or a different culture, still, it seems like there's some boppers that inspired me. I can follow this up with, with another song. So it'll be interesting. In fact, I have to start getting those songs together. So,
Are they songs that you would normally play at most of your weddings, or are they off the beaten path? Okay.
There's a handful of ones that I will play, and those handful of ones will be like your disco, funky kind of 1970s kind of songs.
Oh, okay.
Like September, Celebration, We Are Family. They had the sing-along. Oh, Sweet Caroline was on there. So they had those kind of songs. So he gave me I would say he gave me enough range to work. So I can play some of those, the ones specific to their, I guess, French culture or the island reggae-ish, reggaeton kind of flavor. But then because he
Shaggy?
I didn't see Shaggy on there.
Oh, really? Okay.
It might be on there, but it didn't jump out.
Gotcha.
Because I saw a whole bunch of, I guess, foreign language kind of songs on there.
Oh.
I want to say French because they had like the old apostrophe,
with the little,
something.
Yeah. The tilde, or what is it? No, maybe that's, it tilde, but that's Mexican on the end.
Yeah, it's not the accents. It's more so remind me of the French kind of, the Duix, like that DEUX or DUEX kind of songs, or that LE. It remind me of French, like a French kind of word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, if that don't work, they gave me enough like samples of like your sing-alongs or whatever that I know. Okay, if they like these sing-alongs, I know to stick with these traditionals. Then go back to the mini sets, like work a few of those, and then few of the ones that work, and then throw in theirs, and it work it like that, so I can still hit all the songs and stuff.
Yep.
the last time the last two songs of my night were Saturday, Cupid Shuffle and Cotton Eye Joe. I honestly I think they should like win a top three, but they haven't messed up. Actually, the Cupid Shuffle is the last song of the night. I'm like, why would you put that song to be your last song of the night?
Maybe
don't
they
know
wanted
why.
the group dance or get everybody on the floor do the group activity or
I
something.
don't know. It shocks me.
Yeah, usually you try to do that early because everybody wants to join in on that one. And
Yeah,
as you go on dancing wise, you lose people. So by the end, you might be down to just 5 people.
It's a very small wedding. I think there's only
Yeah.
like 40
Yeah, you
people
will.
coming,
Yeah.
and most of them are like in their late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It probably won't be much dancing anyways.
no. I'd be probably better off looking at her list.
Socializing.
Yeah, I would probably be better off playing yacht rock music for them the whole evening. They would probably enjoy that more than, I mean, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 groomsmen and 4 bridesmaids. So there's 8, then her and her husband, that's 10 people. They're probably the 10 youngest people that are going to be there. So maybe that's why she wants to do the Cupid Shuffle at the end of the night. I don't know. I have no idea.
But actually, they could fool you because I did one with the guy that got me during the wedding. I gotta get him on the show. He keeps wanting to duck. I don't know why he's scared to come on the show, but I gotta get him on there. We had a same scenario that you just described, but come to find out, a lot of those older people, I guess they're into ballroom dancing, or you could tell they went out dancing because they danced to like the Bee Gees, keeping it staying alive and all that. They was out there doing all those dances, so they might fool you, even though they older. And they might be into that kind of the couple dancing, the hand dancing, and all that.
She's starting off with Womanizer by Britney Spears, The Way I Am by Timberland and Carrie Hilson, Don't Stop the Music by Rihanna, Body Bounce by Cardinal Official, Funky Town by Lip Sync, I Want to Dance with Somebody, then Say So by Doja Cat, Timber by Kesha and Pitbull, TikTok by Kesha, Billie Jean by MJ, Die Young by Kesha, Now That We Found Love by Heavy D and the Boys, Evacuate the Dance Floor, Sorry by Justin Bieber, In Love with the 80s, Reliant K, Chicken Fried by Zach Brown, Cupid Shuffle, and then Cotton Eye Joe. And that's all the music that they want.
That sounds like a lively show. I mean, not dance for, older crowd.
And it's different. I mean, I always tell every couple, give me 8 to 10 songs that you want to hear. This way I could judge your crowd, your guest, and we could go from there. But she supplied me with everything and played from A through Z.
But then at the same time, because it's almost like the way the wedding that me and you did last year. Remember, they gave us that huge Spotify playlist. But the one thing I can say about them, they did get up there. If nobody else danced, they did. At least they got on the floor and danced. Yeah. So, and then even the one that I did in Columbus in October, she gave me a lot of songs. And then I kept like jumping back and forth. And then she said, just stick with her playlist. And all of her songs was like that 2010s, like the chicken noodle soup, the Soldier Boy, the ones that have the Pacific dancing. You remember the Atlanta Snap? During that year, every song had a dance. So stuck with that one, and it worked out because she knew her crowd and knew who was going to be there at that time. So hopefully this person picked those songs out because they knew what kind of crowd that was going to be there.
Keep my fingers crossed for like I said on Buddy's show, I did that one wedding and I wanted all gothic music. Then when I seen the guests coming in, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be like a fart in church if I start playing this stuff. Nobody. I mean, it's like they're glued to their seats.
Mm.
And the only one I had a couple of people from the wedding party getting up to dance because they were all to the Gothic music, but not all of them got up to dance. And I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
Let me just try changing it up and do some of my stuff. And boom, they hit the dance. I'm like, all right, I'm keeping it going with this. And but until the bride left the dance floor, then I figured, okay, then I'll go back to the Gothic music. Then I'll pull her back on the dance floor. I put the Gothic music back on. She just stayed up the dance floor. Then I went back to my music, and boom, she's back on the dance floor. Like, I'm just staying with my music. That's it. You know, it's just. I understand that's what you like is Gothic music, but doesn't fit the crowd. It doesn't fit the vibe. It's different, you know. But some price thinking of himself. Not she wasn't really thinking of herself, but she was just so excited about her wedding, and she just, I love Gothic music. Yeah, hey, yeah, I understand that, but still, you have to think of everybody else that's in the room. Think what they like, and when you have your majority of your guests are 75 years and older, they're not into Gothic, you know. Sorry to say that, but
Did you
no.
play Gothic during like the cocktail hour and dinner?
No, actually, the Yacht Rock for cocktail hour and Frank Sinatra, just Frank Sinatra, during the dinner hour.
Okay, because
That was it. Yeah.
when I get weird lists like that, because a lot of people will send me lists, and a lot of the songs are cool songs, but they're not danceable songs. So that's I try to use cocktail hour and dinner hour as an
Blow
excuse
through
to play those songs so they can still hear their
Yeah.
song.
Well, and also you also need to actually move it more to dinner because they're usually out taking pictures.
Yeah.
So if they are on, it's on their list, it's like you got to play it so their ears hear it. But I've been many a times. It's like, did you play that? I was like, yeah, you were in here.
Yeah.
Because they're busy. They're they're not
Yes.
paying all attention. So
And-
it's
That's why I tell every bride and groom, you know, after your ceremony, you're going to go to get your pictures taken. Then you're going to come to the venue. You're going to be pulled. The bride's going to be pulled one way. The groom's going to be pulled another way. The next time you might see each other is when you sit down to eat dinner. Then you're going to be pulled separate ways. Then you're going to come back together to cut the cake. And then after that, you'll be pulled separate ways again. And then for the last dance of the night, that'll be it, you know, because it's a long day. It's a stressful day for them. You know, I try to make it as stress-free as I can. But, you know, they're all getting their hair done, their nails done. All the bridesmaids are getting their stuff done. The groomsmen are, you know, might be tipping a couple, but this one, I don't think it'll be happening that way. But they're not together the whole day, basically. They're worlds apart, you know? I mean, it's unfortunate. And then at the end, you're like, oh my God, my wedding's over already? Really? It just started, but it just snap of a finger is gone.
one thing that it can affect how much of a whirlwind it is how long they're having the reception. If they're trying to do it on the cheap, I was like, oh, we want a 3-hour, which I can do, and I've done before. But there's where it's very harried. The one I did up there at the lake 2 weekends ago, it was like they were older. They were my age. So they were very relaxed. They were very chill. Timeline, all I know is when they're going to arrive, when it's over, and the only other thing I really want to know is when the photographer or videographer is leaving.
Yes.
So that I can get through all the pictures into open dance. Other than that, and if they don't care about open dance getting pictures, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But I let them I don't do timeline and make them do this, this, and this. If they want to give me one, I'm fine with that. But I want it to be a natural flow, whatever they want. If they want to chill and chat and visit and go out and do stuff, come back in, that's them. I tell them, it's like, hey, okay, the next activity is this. We're at this point in time, it's 5 o'clock. Your ending time is 9 or 10 or whatever. Just letting you know, whenever you're ready, you give me the thumbs up. and I'll then go ahead and queue up that. So I don't force the issue with them. I let them control the flow. So I guess maybe that helps to make them feel, I don't feel rushed. I controlled when we go to the next thing. I didn't have to look at this timeline that either the DJ made or this coordinator made. Venues usually don't do that. But, you know, I didn't feel hurried, you know. So I don't maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right, I don't know. The way I do it, I don't really set a timeline other than
Well, the only, like, okay, you do the introductions, we do the first dance and then parent dances, then they sit down to eat. And then usually a venue manager will come up and say, it's usually the cake cuttings like right after or right towards the end of dinner. So when I see about 85% of people done eating, that's when I'll make an announcement. But I already had the bride and groom up there. I have the photographer up there. If there's a videographer, he's up there too, or she's up there. And that's when I'll put the song on, and that's when I'll make an announcement. Yo, Janet and Jeff are gonna cut their cake. Hey, let's see who's gonna get cake in the face first. Grab your phones, take some pictures, take some videos. Let's go, people. But the important people are there. And usually the venue manager will ask me, hey, you know, we're going to do the cake cutting. Can we do it now? So this way we get people up there to take pictures and my staff can get the tables clear. Yeah, no problem. You know, so that right there is, it's not a forcible thing, but they know once that's done, it's right up to the dance music. And I like to get that done as quick as I can so they can have more fun at their wedding. But I tell them, make sure you stay on the dance floor. Try to stay on the dance floor because this way the people stay on the dance floor with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you're not separate.
Yeah, my timeline, I do a timeline, but I tell my couple that it's not written in stone. It's just to keep us on track. So therefore, it's not like our podcast where it's only supposed to be 2 hours, but we end up going 3 or 4. It's like, it's just, it's pretty much, and then there's certain things we discussed during that consultation because there's things that might happen that we might need to extend or things to look for, just like what you were saying about dinner. They might get through dinner quicker. If we see certain things, then we communicate and make sure everybody's in their positions and just alter the timeline. So we can get things moving, get to the open dancing part, and then the end of the night. So let's try it, because I see the time to start the spin group is here. Because I saw a buddy at the bottom. So let me try to get down this. It seems like I only get through 1 or 2 names. So let me go down, because I could have swore I saw Dan.
Well, while you're looking and getting ready to name them, I will say that with the timeline, I keep it open, but I will tell them everybody has an internal clock that they only want to stay for a certain amount of time. You can sort of control it a little bit if you have a cake that needs to be cut. So if you want to keep people there, you push that later, get all those things in front of that. Then once you get the cake, everybody gets their cake and goes, the ones that want to go. Now, if you have cupcakes or something individual that they could just grab it and go, then you're going to run into a problem there where they have their internal clock, they've had their food, I can go grab my cupcake, I can leave. You know, so I do let them know that these are the consequences of, you know, a laid back, mellow thing. You're going to, you know, cupcakes, you're going to lose people. Sheet cakes, you're going to probably keep some, but I know Brentley the other night said that he's noticed a lot of people dipping out early, sort of like going to doing proms and homecomings. They don't never stay to the end. They sort of leave the last half hour to an hour.
Yeah, mine's always leave as soon as it started to get dusk. There's a handful of people that leave. Yeah.
So name off your people. I'm trying to look.
So I'm gonna make sure I say his name correctly this week. It's at Big J DJ Service. He's in the chat. And then I know here's Buddy. Buddy's in the chat. DJ Will is in the chat. And the Shuffle couple is here. I know they said some stuff. Stuff a couple has said smaller the crowd, harder to keep the floor, and that's why.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah,
It's you don't have enough people to get out there and not feel embarrassed or nervous because there's so few people. So it's really, really hard. But most of my events now, most of the days are sub 100. And I think because of the economy, at least for where I'm at, they're going small and they can save on the food.
Yeah.
And then he said,
Well,
it doesn't have, I think, who was that? There might have been Tuesday because, yeah, it was Tuesday because Mikey Mike was on the round table. But
Yes,
it goes back to,
money.
yeah, Dan was saying it doesn't also help that you have a small crowd, but then the dance floor is super huge on top of that. It makes it even look smaller.
Yeah. I know the one venue in our area, they don't care. Like, how can I say they don't care? The minimum, you could have 25 people at your wedding, but you still have to pay for 75 people. They don't have no.
You're talking about the food, right?
Yes.
Caterers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not the caterers. They cook their. If you say, hey, I'm only having 50 people at my wedding, well, you still have to order for 75.
75.
You know,
Hey,
so
you get leftovers to take home.
Yeah. But those leftovers, that place is $380 a plate.
A plate.
A plate, 380. So you figure if you have 50 people, you're still paying for 75. So you're paying for 25 people, $380 a plate. You do the mathematics and see what it comes out to be. I mean, it's a very, very expensive venue. I mean, they park your car for you. They give you your keys back. I mean, it's just.
Your food is rolled into a lot of other services.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's just. It's for not my class of people. It's for this upper class of people. I mean, talking surgeons and doctors and lawyers that not just a regular lawyer, but you're talking like a corporate attorney and that's making at least $500,000 a year, if not more. So, and then they find a way to write that off as a tax write-off too, you know?
And then Buddy said our volume is way low on YouTube. I turned mine's up because I got that after getting that X32 mixer to use the software, I had to go and make some changes on my Mac when I boot up to allow the software to talk to the mixer. So it seemed like things like volumes got changed. Certain programs don't work anymore. So I had to like try to find the initial, software to reinstall it. So that's the pain.
So far it's not been a bed of roses then for this new thing.
Yeah, because it made my speaker sound great. Buddy said you don't need a subwoofer. I was like, bull crap. My stuff was thumping.
Yeah.
It was thumping way on the out in the street. So
what were you using? Was that the ELXs?
Yep, the ELX sub, and then
200.
the Harbinger 1000s. And
you used the Harbinger with the sub. Okay.
Yeah, because remember the reason my speaker was hissing because I had it on mic.
On mic, yeah. Then it's one of those things where I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. It was sort of like, I don't know. To me, I consider it almost like a rookie mistake, but maybe I'm wrong. I just,
Yeah, because I swore I had other equipment that had like the XLR and the 1/4 inch in the middle that they say put it on. If you're using the XLR, you put it on the mic because you're using the XLR holes.
Yeah.
And then you put it online when you plug in, the 1/4 inch into the hole.
My understanding from what I learned from, as Buddy likes to say, broccolini, He always says, you know, basically your XLR, unless you're using a mic, then it's on mic. Otherwise, it's online. And it's like, oh, okay. So that was one of the things I always, you know, when I was first starting to do that, it's like, well, what does it go on? He goes, it's always going to be online. The only time it's on mic is if it's actual mic. It's like, oh, okay. Even though they're called mic cords or cables, or they're also called XLR. So, but
well, maybe because I needed to use an XLR mic as opposed to running a system through XLR.
Curious, on your setup that was thumping, did you have the sub as a separate out, or did you do the in and then out to the thousands?
I did the in and then the out, and then I was able to fine tune the sub itself.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because I had the app, but then I was also able to add a little extra with the mixer, because there's with the mixer you can have a mix going to your left speaker, right speaker, and then your sub. Or if you have the left, center, and right, you can put it to that setting. So I had that one, and then I actually went and played with my what you call it, the cutoff points. So I went through each one and cut off at the frequencies to see which
pass filters,
to see which one sounded the best, and I got it, and it was clean. It was a clean. It wasn't one of those kind of sound. You heard all the frequency. It was clean, and the bass and the kick drum hit.
Gotcha.
So
That sounds like if you're that sound effect there sound like if you're motorboating or something.
no, we have a lot of those. What do you call them? Hoopties, where you have the cars that drive down and they have
they go up and down.
Yep, and they have the subwoofer in the car, and you hear all the
vibrating
nuts.
of the metal.
Yep, the nuts.
It's like their eyeballs are
stuff.
around in their head.
Yep, you don't hear anything. You just hear that. Yep. So, yep, that hit. But Buddy has said something else. Oh yeah, he said he played Sweet Caroline at the end of dinner. Cool Thing said that he plays Bee Gees. And also, I thought about you, Mike, when I was going through the playlist too. Because it's like every time I hear or see YMCA, I automatically think about Mike.
Oh.
Because that's your go-to song. That one and the Chicken
I'll
Dance.
tell you. The YMCA, that will always be my go-to song. And I don't know if you ever told you the story about the lady breaking her wrist to that song.
Yeah, you told us about 5 times.
Yeah, I mean that's why that's always a go-to song for me. I always hear that crack in that one part of the song. It's like, oh my God, you know, like, so that is, I did the prom last week, and I did Fun Day for the kids at Solomon School, and I played the YMCA for every grade, and every grade loved it. Then I did that prom. And they requested the YMCA, and they requested the Chicken Dance. I'm like, you guys know that? Yeah, we love it. I'm like, all right, you got it, you know? It just, I usually have kids requesting something like that today. Then I had some of the other requests that I was like, oh, no, I can't play that. I'm sorry. You know, sorry, can't do it.
I do have a question, and I'm getting a lot from the KJs that they never have this song. I'm pretty sure Dwayne knows it. Church Clap.
Yeah.
It's popular here, but Matt and Eric, they go, we don't have a call for that. I mean, here it's just all the time. So I was just curious, are some of these other guys, are they familiar with that song? Is it hit for the kids like it does here?
I would say for like my school that I had worked for, that I did the prom with, they don't know anything about that. For like Galleon and all those kind of parties, or if I do the church event, they know that because it's a line dance. So I play that around the time I'll play like Cotton Eye Joe, or Footloose. I try to play. I usually play those
or
within
Fishing in the Dark.
Mm-hmm.
You do that one too, yeah. So I just was curious on whether it's just. I mean, I even actually had to do that at that wedding that was for the older couple. because they do stuff at fairs. So a lot of these kids that were doing that song at the fairs, they're now old enough and now they're getting married because it's been out long enough and they want that at their weddings now. So it's sort of spreading through the getting older and then spreading out amongst more people. So I just was curious.
But if you really think about it, it's not really spreading to the older people, because Church Clap has been out for a second. It might have been they were young when it came out, and then it just brought back memories, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Buddy said, smash the like button, because I keep forgetting to say that each week.
Yeah, last week I remind you of that.
Yep. It made me feel good a couple of weeks ago when you said smash the like button, and then we had like 14 or 15 or 16 likes. I'm like, I've never seen likes like that on my channel. And then
It's hard to remember because you're talking. We have our, we're chatting between each other, and then everybody else say like, "Well, thank God," but he mentioned it. Smash the like button. And then it's like, "Oh, yeah, we gotta say that." And a lot of people say it at the end of the show. I think in the middle of the show, because this way, you're catching the people that are still here, and then you're catching the new people that just came into the show. So you're killing two birds with one stone, which is great.
Then let's see. Did I miss somebody? I said Shuffle Couple. I said Big J, DJ Service.
Basically, we're very non-controversial today, so we're not getting a lot of comments about, taking sides.
I see So Entertainment is here. Church Clap became
Hey, so what's happening, man?
Yeah, around 2018 before, but it's been out a while. Yep, Lecrae and KB. Yep.
So Entertainment, I love the video you did with the school dance. That was amazing.
And oh yeah, I get that wasn't a while like the Bikers Shuffle. It's funny when I do Biker Shuffle or the Cleveland Shuffle.
Cleveland Shuffle. I'm not familiar with the biker one.
The biker one is more popular than the Cleveland Shuffle one. I forgot how to do it. That's one of the line dances. When I was line dancing, I knew I was able to help my when we did the staff birthday party. I did that in the video. That's the line dance you saw me teaching them when I was doing that for our staff Christmas party.
How about the curly shuffle? Northeastern Pennsylvania is like, they're so into the Stooges around here. At least 3 to 4 events a year, I have to play the curly shuffle.
Wow.
Yeah. Wise guy. Oh, like, oh man.
Yep. And I think that's about it. Tonight we didn't. I know Buddy always saying we're never on topic, or when he jumps in, he say, "I thought we were supposed to be talking about this," but we didn't talk about what I had put up. I need to start doing like start to spin. Just put a generic kind of thumbnail up there, and then maybe change it afterwards once we see what we actually talk about. Because
you could almost make it like what you read about or saw articles about, and make it a question, and everybody that gets here early, can vote on what the topic's going to be.
Well, that'd be a cool thing.
I mean, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was just here to help out, in case you ended up with the topic you were talking about. I know you talked about it on Sunday, so didn't know whether anybody wanted to talk more about it or if they had any questions. They can follow up with you, or if they want to check him out directly, he is normally on Monday nights on our show. I guess he's supposed to be now a regular guest on that show for the KJ that's done on, I guess, in the Zoom. So it's, what is it, djntv.com/KJ Chill?
Yep. Yeah, we
wanna
do
join?
it. Yeah, we talk about it at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see, you
So-
can join them live. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one of those things where it is I wouldn't say a learning curve. There's a lot there, and to me, you can overdo it, and it's one of those things where I start to question, especially after I went through revamping my whole website about
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. The thing is to get to the information quickly. If they have to do a lot of extra clicking, then
Yeah.
you'll turn people off. And then I was going to look at the website on my phone, because if it's one of those things where you have to
compare.
if you have to click a tab and it opens up another window and all that, that'll turn people off too. So I have to
Yeah.
see how they behave.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so because I know Will has
There's-
said, why is my web page so long? It was mainly for people looking at it on your phone, so they can pretty much stay in one spot, and it's easier for them to scroll up and
Just
down.
a swipe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the page, click, 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of the way mine is just sort of a one page you click into, learn more about each one of the services, and then that's it. So
Yeah.
it's-
But he had a lot up there, but it's just a matter of being practical to use,
yeah.
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 at least for a mobile DJ. A KJ is probably different because he's coming from a KJ
Yeah.
that
Realm. Yeah. Because he was talking about on one of our shows possibly implementing a questionnaire that for, I guess, for DJs for like events or weddings or whatever. He was looking for at one point people to submit if they got paper questionnaires, so they could sort of create something to put out there on his site. I don't see anything listed on his site at this point in time. I did see the most recent thing was, which I think he's, and it's nice, he's looking at it for people that are brand new, because he's got a section of what do you need gear wise, what do you need microphone wise, here's the good, better, best, here's good, better, best, here's good, better, best. Now, and I even had that as one of my suggestions, and it looks like he's planning on doing it, is you either need to do a, hello, my name is Jonathan, I'm going to show you how to hook up all your gear to set up for karaoke, and sort of walk through. Well, he actually plans on doing a little karaoke school where you're going to be educated on how to do that. And then at the end, after you get tested and lessons, and he's actually going to give you a certificate that you graduated through the Karaoverse, school of karaoke, education. Because my idea was either create the videos or go to YouTube and find ones that are great and embed them into his channel, saying, hey, check out this, check out this, check out these. So, there's some things that I had thought of that looks like he's in the process of trying to do and work them into the program. It's just sometimes, like you were saying, it gets a little bit too much. And then it's like the more you get, the more you got to streamline and get it organized better. Because I think I was reading something about Audacity. It's been around forever. And what they do is they keep adding features. And it got so bloated that they basically had to sort of tear it down to the foundation and rebuild it back up more streamlined, because it was just the coding and everything was just getting so burdensome that they sort of had to, rebuild it, organize it a little bit better. And so, he might be getting to the point where he might need to start doing some of that, because I know, and I don't know whether he got this fixed, I know one of my colleagues, he was going to use it for the bingo cards. And every time he printed one out, or, would come up on the screen before he'd print it, it'd have bingo that has the exact same thing on there twice. So, there's either a bug in it or something that needs to be worked out. So, it's one of those things where you get it out there, but sometimes you might get it out there and not have been able to sort of kick the tires and test it thoroughly. Almost like when Buddy says Exaton, they just keep coming out with different versions, and we're the guinea pigs. So, do you want to be a guinea pig? Not really, especially when it's when it's your pocketbook that's being affected. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things you got to watch out for.
Yeah. You was gonna say something, Mike?
I mean, we ought to be a guinea pig in some ways. If not, I mean, if you're not a guinea pig for some things, that item ain't gonna grow and that business is gonna flop. Just like us, I mean, people have to give us a chance. There are guinea pigs, and hopefully we do a great job for them. If not, our business is gonna flop too. So I never. I mean, you have to watch what kind of money you're investing in and what you're investing the money in, this or that. If I'm paying $2,000 a speaker and for the Exatons or whatever brand you want to say, and then I'm paying $2,000 for, say, QSE, am I going to just go 2,000 with a company that's just starting to pump off the floor? Or am I going to go with a company I'm spending the same 2,000, but it's already known company? I'm going to go with the known company. But if that unknown company is only like $700 for the speakers, yeah, I'll give them a shot because I get 2 speakers for the price of 1. Give them a shot. If it doesn't work out, okay, you're not out the whole you're not out 4,000. You're only out $1,400. So we all are guinea pigs. Again, like with some DJs refer to people as tire kickers. Yes, there are a bunch of tire kickers out there that want the cheapest, which I had to deal with too. But we got to think back, reflect back to when we first became a DJ. We were looking for those tire kickers to give us the experience to be a DJ. And now that we've grown, we've established ourselves, and we've got to know the business, you know which ones that are really trying to, I'm not going to be rude or anything, but are trying to get something for nothing. So they're the tire kickers I don't like. But the people that they want a decent DJ, they don't have the funds to get this $4,000 or $5,000 DJ, but they want maybe a $1,500 or $2,000 DJ, and say my price is all $2,800. Well, I'm not going to do it because I'm going out. I'm dropping the price down too low. No, I will turn around and do that gig for them. Maybe even cut them. Say if they're willing to pay $2,000, I'll say, listen, give me $1,800. Just to get them on their way, and hopefully they'll spread the word around that, hey, Mike's a great DJ. They may say, well, he only did it for $1,800. The next person will say, well, hey, you did Joe's wedding for $1,800. I say, yeah, but Joe only wanted this and this. You want this, this, and this. So now your price is going to go up. So you readjust your prices. You get those tire kickers that are just, I don't even call them tire kickers. I call them leeches, because they want to leech you. They want to suck everything out of you for nothing. Tire kickers are people that are shopping around looking for their best price and looking for a decent DJ to do an event for them. So that's how I feel with tire kickers. And again, with the people that are just out there to screw you over, no, do away with them. But no matter where we move in this great world of ours, we're going to have that. Because there's always going to be those people that are there to screw people over, and sometimes it could be your best friend doing it to you. That's a sad thing,
Mm-hmm. And then see, because you said the buzzword, it's almost like I need to have that Pee Wee Herman kind of like, you remember on the Pee Wee Herman show, every time they said the word of the day, they'd be like, to have that kind of sound effects. But every time Buddy said, every time you hear Exaton, you need to take a drink. The funny part, he don't drink. And then So Entertainment said, yes, the Exatons have been great. The ease of setup, ease of transport, price, and sound quality are all great selling points.
The thing with the Exatons, the weight for me, it's just, no. I can't handle them. I know my son can handle them, but I don't want to be having him busting his butt every gig we go to. Again, like I said, a lot of our places, you're going up 2-3 flights of steps. That's a lot of steps to carry that weight up there, you know, a lot of steps to come back down to it. One thing that's a big selling point for me is they're made out of all wood. That is a perfect selling point. I mean, I would buy them and strip them out and put my, what do you call EV stuff in them, just to have that wood. I mean, the sound out of that wood case is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to see, I might, and then Cool Thing said I might get the Exatons when I close in the garage for my garage setup.
Oh, cool thing, you blow your roof off your garage with that, man.
He'd be like, remember, he like Michael Jackson. That's what happened with, was it Kokum, Kali Kokum or something? The black and white video where he had the guitar and he strung it, and then the father that was in the chair, it blew off his roof and he went flying in the roof, through the roof.
Yep. I mean, we're all growing, we're all learning. You know, I had a professor in college that told me, wouldn't you stop learning? Time to close that book in your life and move on to some other subject.
Mm-hmm. So get the 1803s from Exaton. I'm not sure what they look like.
Probably just bigger. I think they're just 18 sub.
Oh, that's the same thing. All right.
Yeah, I think it's just bigger one. Instead of a 15, it's an 18.
Okay. So let's head on out because we can reach our 2-hour quota for a second.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we went over Sunday. That's because I made a mistake and said, "Oh yeah, you've been kind of quiet, Mikey Mike." And then that was it. Because I looked at the timestamp when I was doing the video chapters. I was like, wait a minute, we only at 1 hour and 43 minutes when we got to the shoutouts. And then you started talking and we went over.
That's fun if we go over just a little bit. Just a little bit, that's all. You know?
Yep.
That's good sounding too.
Yep. So after party, if you all put just say yes for the after party, then I'll send you the link. Put it in the chat.
I'm gonna probably fly out right after this because I gotta give my mom her medicine. I was up till like 4 o'clock this morning with her, and I want to get her medicine in early so I could go to bed early, get all my stuff done tomorrow for the wedding for Saturday. Then tomorrow night I'll be able to sit back and relax.
Okay. So Cool Thing is coming. So let me go ahead and head on out. I'd like to shout out our chat leaderboards from not last week, this Sunday.
Yeah, it was this week.
Yep. So we had Kevin at DJK Productions. He came in first. Cool Thing was in second. So I guess you can say that was an upset. So I'm so used to seeing Cool Thing number 1 each week. And then Buddy came in third. And then I can't understand how I keep coming up. When I only say a couple of things, you know, it's like I'm always in the top 5. Mm-hmm. That's how I be when I come in with Cool Thing. I come in late, say a couple of things, and I jump in. Because like Diego and Dan, they all be number 1 and 2, and then I come in and I just destroy them.
Yep. Where's Diego at tonight?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't here tonight.
Well, he might be used to us ending like 2.5 hours, 3, and when he comes this time, we'll be gone.
Like, where they at?
Go.
They go.
And then again, thank you, Kevin, for joining us.
Kevin, thank you, but and buddy, thank you for letting me be on the show on Tuesday night. I can't wait to watch it on Monday.
Yep. So you can follow Kevin at DJK Productions, LL Cool K. That's his YouTube channel. And then you can also join our Facebook group page just by going to Facebook and in a browser, the search browser, type in Cue It Up DJ Podcast and join our private or public group. Or you can screenshot this screen right here and then type in that long URL code. Make sure to follow us on all our socials. You can follow DJ Mikey Mike on Twitter and Facebook by typing in at DJ Mikey Mike. And then if you go to Instagram, you can follow him at DJ Mikey Mike 45. You can follow me on all of my socials at hitmanddub. And then we have this thing called the DJ Collective Network, where it's one culture and many voices. So welcome to our primetime lineup, a weekly schedule of live stream shows built for DJs by DJs. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, we got the knowledge, stories, and inspiration to help you level up. On Mondays at 9 o'clock p.m. on YouTube at DJ Cool Thing Official. For every DJ chasing dreams, no matter the odds, it's your time to spend at DJ Cool Thing. And then on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, join Buddy and his weekly guest panel of DJs for unfiltered conversations that matter. It's the DJ Roundtable with Buddy from TBM Productions. And his Twitch handle is TBM Productions _Buddy. But if you missed the live broadcast, you can see the rebroadcast on YouTube every Monday at 1 o'clock on Buddy's channel at TBM Productions DJ1. Oh yeah, and I forgot to update that because I think it's Rune. Hashtag Rune, RUNE. Are you now entertained? I think that's.
I see Shay and Pretty Boy made it.
Okay, they just made it. They like the people chasing down the yellow school bus because he was late to the bus stop. But join.
I thought they were like the little kid running after the ice cream truck. Ice cream man, waiting for me.
Not unless you're like me, because when he rode down our street, hide behind our door, and then say ice cream, just to make him stop, and then hide back.
I miss those days. They were great days then.
But join DJ James King on his King's Court DJ podcast at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his YouTube channel at james.kinghtx. And yesterday he took a look at the Maestro DMX controller, or I guess you could say box or dongle. And it helped, I guess you automate your lights, your DMX lighting through AI. And then you also, if you missed it, I don't know if it's still up there, because I know he was talking about maybe taking it down. I know the third, he went 3 hours yesterday. You actually heard him mix a little bit.
Pretty Boy said he has a question for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Boy, what's up, man?
Let me see. Go down. Yep, I see.
Love me.
Okay, Shay.
You love me, Pretty Boy.
Yep. So welcome, Shay and DJ Pretty Boy. Oh, he said he loved him some ice cream.
Oh, I thought he meant he said it. He loved me. I don't have my glasses out today. I can't see my screen.
I was like wondering, you like saying cutie pie, and then you say you love. I was like, wait a minute, am I missing something?
Cutie pie, pretty boy, cutie pie. I got all names from.
Uh-huh. And let me see if I can go back. We stopped at.
Buddy, I love butter pecan ice cream or black raspberry ice cream.
And then on Thursdays, it's a Cue It Up DJ podcast with me, the Hitman D-Dub, and DJ Mikey Mike. Every Thursday at 9 o'clock on my YouTube channel at the Hitman D-Dub. And I'm trying to trying to coerce this person to be a guest on our show. I'm hoping that it comes through. It'll be a good host, or a different host than what everybody else has been doing. Oh, I shouldn't say host, guest.
Oh yeah. Yes, our show.
Yep, because this person comes up with great advice and cool videos. And then also on Thursdays, we have DJ Pretty Boy and DJ Shay. And they have the Start to Spin DJ podcast every Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on DJ Pretty Boy's channel, which is at Lus Ruckus Inc. And they go for an hour. So you can catch both shows, or you can be like Buddy, have two screens up and bounce back and forth. And then we had the KJ Chill Room karaoke chat with Matt and Eric, and you can also find Kevin on there. And then also our guest from Sunday, he shows up on there quite often, DJ Radio. And like Kevin was saying earlier, you can join them live just by going to djntv.com/KJ-Chill. And that's at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And then DJ Reese had another good video up on Facebook. So I had to start checking him out on Facebook. I guess that's where he's doing all his Recreate the Vibe podcast or No Stress Zone podcast. Yeah. I think that's what he's calling it.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can follow him at _DJ Reese _. And he talks about DJing in the corporate arena. And then I finally opened mine up and got it set up. I just need to put in my my iPad. Yep. So I'm just going to do an unboxing. I'm going to do a video unboxing because
So you got to put it back in the box, then take it back out of the box.
No, I didn't never open it. So I have a whole bunch of boxes downstairs.
Oh.
I'm waiting for a box to come from Amazon tonight. I got one of those little wireless it's wireless Wi-Fi. It's like a little teeny tiny box about the size of your hand. So I can connect to it wirelessly when I'm like out on the dance floor, when I'm doing my tuning and all that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that RTA mic to test the room, to tune the room, that came in, the condenser mic. I got one of those today. And I'm getting a new rack.
I see Pretty Boy and Shay are talking about me being on the round table, and I finally made it. And we finally got the right price. We got the pricing right. And I said, well, I'll answer. Here's what I'll say, guys. I can give you my attorney's name. He will get you the best price, but you have to pay up. You know, so you guys will be on the show too. So if you want my attorney's name, Pretty Boy Shay, we got it for you, buddy. We're going to get 2 more great DJs on your show, but they're going to go through my attorney and my rep, okay, man?
Oh, they were already on the show.
Oh, were they?
You're the only one that wasn't on there.
Well, see, hey, I held out. I got my right price.
Yeah, they was on there. They was on there, right? That's how I met them. And then sooner than, I think it was like a couple of months later, that's when we did our collab. So yeah, they've been on the show.
Hey, they're great guys.
Mm-hmm.
Shay and Pretty Boy, Cutie Pie, Pretty Boy. They're great. Great gentlemen.
Yep. But DJ Night Owl, he has this thing called the Mega Booth. If you use our code, Cue It Up, you can get $500 off the retail price of $2,495. And then he also has the Sigma Video Guest Book, which is $795. That comes in 3 colors, red, black, and white. He also has on his YouTube channel at DJ Biz School, he talks about websites, marketing, SEOs, and all that. So make sure you check out his channel. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels.
Yes.
And our fade out message is the same as Sunday. We should all strive to create experiences and build your brand.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Let's stay together. Let's support each other. Let's build each other up. No need for friction. No need for putting other DJs down. We're all in this for one thing, and the reason we're in it is to make people happy, smile, laugh, and enjoy their days. Whether it be a wedding, graduation party, whatever it is. That's what we're there for. And support each other.
Yep. And then, yeah, there's a router. Let me see if I got the picture right here. But the router, yeah, I was thinking once I get the photo booth going, because I'll be able to connect to the mixer, external mixer from the floor. Then also be able to connect
to the iPad.
The iPad to do like my request now, and then the iPad for the video booth.
For the photo booth.
Yep. And then if I can't get to the internet through the venue, I can tether it to my phone. But then with it tethered to my phone, the box works better than my phone. Because when you do your phone, the internet speed is only but so fast as the phone. Yeah. This one, it makes it lightning fast, even though you plug it in. But
Dwayne, when you sent me those pictures the other day of your new mixer, I'm like, back of his bike. I'm like, oh Jesus, no. I'm like, my heart went up to my throat. I'm like, why do you have it strapped to the back of your bike? It's like a crown jewel back there, you know?
No, it's strapped down. You'll be amazed what you can do on that motorcycle. I strapped it down. It wasn't going anywhere. But then at the same time, also got...
You didn't have to go very far.
Nope.
Well, the thing is, I rode bike too, and I was always safe. But you got some idiot that ain't paying attention, and boom. It's just unfortunate. Today there was a young man struck. He was on an electric bike, which I think they should have a license for today.
I'm thinking, but here in Ohio, they making people start to get that.
Yeah, I think they should. I think you have to be at least 16 years of age to drive them also. But the thing is, when I seen that on the back of the bike, I'm like, please don't let some idiot pull out in front of them or just even try to come up close to you. Yeah, because people are jerks today. They'll do anything. That's your Wi-Fi router?
Yep.
Cool.
So it should be, hopefully it'll be downstairs when I get off of here. But I was trying to find my motorcycle.
If you're doing the after party, Jesus, that might be sitting downstairs for a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
he can leave. He'll pop back in.
Yeah, I'll go down there.
He'll go down and bring it up. Have an opening on an after party.
Yep. I was trying to, because I thought I had it right here. But I was going to say, you'd be amazed at what I get on my motorcycle and strapped down. This is just a...
Oh, yeah. The stuff that you can carry on is amazing. But with something like that, oh, please, don't let somebody be a jerk.
But see, also got the extended warranty. So they say if anything happens to it, you just bring it back and they swap it out, no questions. So
awesome. I
didn't care. But yeah, this is the only part of it. I have stacked that stuff and filled with a bunch of potato chips, and then my bag all strapped. You see this big, huge mountain. It almost looked like a cartoon kind of character driving down this little motorcycle, and you got this big mountain of stuff behind.
Yeah, I see it. I'm like, oh my God. Now, what kind of bike is that, Dwayne?
Honda CBR 300R.
Okay. A crotch rocket?
Yep.
Okay. See, our nurse got killed here on the Cross Valley. He was in a rush to get home to see his daughter off to school. They clocked him about 130 miles an hour, and he hit a rock. That was it. It was so pitiful. People would, the couple pulled over and the gentleman went to pick up his helmet and his head was still in it. It was like, unbelievable.
Yep. And before we head on out, Diego said HBK. I was like, nope, this is not HBK, because remember he was still stuck in WWE. So this is the Wolfpack, NWO, the version with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. I'm trying to think who else went up. Sting, the red and white, the black and red Sting. I can't
It's
remember.
that Polish power guy. I'm the old WWF.
Mm.
The Iron Sheik.
Yep. So yeah, I haven't wore this in a long time, but I was telling them earlier I like my CM Punk shirt.
Oh, I love CM Punk. Living color.
Yep. I was gonna say X. It wasn't X-Pac. I want to say X-Pac was back in the WWE at the time, because he started off with the NWO, then he left, and then he joined DX, and then that's when they all split from Hulk Hogan and went to the black and red. And then it stopped being cool because it was the LWO, BWO. Everybody had something WO.
I thought Pretty Boy might have liked Rey Mysterio or something like that, Because they're about the same height.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio and Pretty Boy, right?
No, actually, them wrestlers are not that small, that short.
Oh no.
They look the short ones look like they're short because everybody else is huge, but they regular like 5'10", 6 feet tall.
I have pictures, and hopefully if I remember in the next week or two, I'm gonna bring them up, show them here on screen. I have pictures of Randy Macho Man Savage when he didn't go by Randy Macho Man Savage. He didn't have all that glamour stuff on. I have pictures of Tito Santana. My God, there was a bunch of wrestlers. It was a WWF, and they wrestled at Bishop O'Reilly High School, and they used to always wrestle up the CYC in Scranton. I mean, it's amazing. I seen Andre the Giant, Chief J Strongbow up there. I mean, I guess you could say they're all in the Hall of Fame now for the WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it. But it was great. I mean, they say, oh, it's fake wrestling. Guess what? You got to pick up a 250, 260-pound guy. It may be fake, but man, you have to be strong to lift that guy up over your head like that. There's no possible way. I can't do it. I know that. I mean, boom, they'd be on top of me, Hey, guess what? Time to fly.
Yep, I was going to say. You talking about lifting somebody huge up over your head. It cost Brock Lesnar some jeans. Every time he lifted, like I think it's Obafemi, the new big guy. Every time he lift him up, the F-bomb him, he'll bust his jeans open. Every time he had jeans on.
But my guy was Feed Me More. What the heck was he?
I know who you're talking about. He had the bald head. They hated wrestling him because they saying he was dangerous.
Yeah, he was a maniac. They said he was out to hurt people.
Yeah, Ryback.
Ryback.
Yeah. Yep, that was him. So let's head on out because everybody's talking about wrestling now. Yep, it was Luger and Conan.
O'Brien?
Huh?
Conan O'Brien? Oh,
nope.
Okay.
I don't know where he got Conan from. But yeah, he would wrestle Rey Mysterio a lot because he was I want to say he was one of those Latino wrestlers or in that division. I forgot what they called it. Ultimate Warrior, but yeah, I heard stories about him.
Yeah, he was all those guys were huge.
Yep.
But they were the juicers too, It's sad that they Randy Macho Lance, well, he used to beat Elizabeth up, and then she went with that other guy, and he used to beat her up. So
Lex Luger.
that poor girl.
Yep.
Yeah, that poor girl took a beating from both ends, you know, which was sad.
Yep. So with that said, let's head on out because we're gonna be going the same length we did Sunday. Okay. Yep. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you go out there and crush those gigs this weekend, and we see you next week. So remember, before it's time to spin, you gotta first cue it up.
Practice and enjoy. Stay safe. God bless.
Before the lights, 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 before the packed dance floors, before the name queued up, would mean anything. Been hustling over 30 years, working every single day. Music wasn't just a job, it was built in my DNA. The journey wasn't overnight. Still figuring it out. Still figuring it out. There ain't no change in me. There ain't no change in me. I can only be me, me, me. The consistency stayed the same. Even if they don't feel the same. Cause no matter how high I go, I'm still the same OG. Change in me. There ain't no change in me. I can only be me, me, me.